are a God-ordained standing spouse that misses your spouse like crazy, you might be in divine separation right now, meaning you have no contact with them or very limited contact with them, and you're wondering, God, when am I going to talk to them or even see them again? I want you to watch this video to the end because I'm going to be breaking down for you from a biblical standpoint how God will intervene in your situation and how he will open up communication between you and your spouse again. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Coach Elizabeth, and we're going to be getting into a mini Bible study today that is going to highlight the story of King Saul and Samuel. And so if you have your Bibles, I like the King James Version, but whatever version you have is fine. We're going to be diving into 1 Samuel chapter 9. And this story really highlights how God miraculously intervenes in the situation to allow Samuel and Saul to meet and open up communication between the two of them. So if you have your Bibles, let's get into it. Okay, so I'll start. It's titled in my Bible, Saul Searches the Land for His Father's Donkeys. Now, there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, the son of Zerah, the son of Becharath, the son of Aphiah, a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. So he was an Israelite. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man, and a goodly, and there was not among them the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upward he was higher than any of the people. So he was not only good looking, but he was taller than everybody. So imagine like Kobe Bryant, okay, next to a regular person. He was really, really tall. And the asses, donkeys, okay, I'm not cursing, of Kish, Saul's father, were lost. And Kish said to Saul his son, "Take now one of the servants with thee, and arise, go and seek the asses." So we see here that something supernatural just happened. Now, for us reading it, it may not seem like it's supernatural. It just seemed like, oh, it's almost like a dog running away, getting lost. But we're going to see here how God is going to use the situation to introduce Saul to Samuel. Okay, let's continue. And he passed through Mount Ephraim and passed through the land of Shalisha, but they found them not. Then they passed through the land of Shalem, and there they were not. And he passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they found them not. And when they were come to the land of Zuph, Saul said to his servant that was with him, "Come and let us return, lest my father leave caring for the asses and take thought for us." So we see here that they're searching everywhere for these donkeys, right? They're like, how is it that these donkeys could be lost? Because we're searching everywhere. And it was to the point where they wanted to give up. Verse 6, it says, "And he said unto him, Behold, now there is in the city a man of God, and he is an honorable man. All that he says cometh surely to pass. Now let us go thither. Peradventure, he can show us our way that we should go." So because they lost something, because they were in trouble, they had to reach out to find the man of God to help them. So how this may show up in your situation with your God-ordained spouse, I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say that for whatever reason, let's say you were either in business with your spouse, or let's say they had mail coming to your house. And so you're starting to see mail come in that says urgent on there, that says law group on there, that says IRS on there. And this is going to now have you ask the question, I wonder what's going on with them, right? And so this will now prompt you to reach out to them because they're in trouble. Something is wrong with them, right? Maybe they're facing legal battles or whatever the case may be. And so this is going to now prompt you to ask them, are you okay? So it's up to your spouse at that point if they want to respond to you, but this is one of the ways that God will open up communication between you and your spouse, and also update you on how they are doing if that's something you've been asking. And just wanted to interject something really quickly before we continue. God may even place certain convictions on your heart to reach out to your spouse in different ways. And so he may tell you, oh, go send that person some groceries. Maybe you've been asking, Lord, how are they doing? And they're not in a good situation because maybe they're up under judgment or whatever the case is. Or there may be certain information that comes to you in regarding them. And so this is now prompting you to reach out when you didn't want to. This is another confirmation and another indication that God is about to open up communication so you can speak to them again. Okay, let's continue. This is verse 7. It says, Then said Saul to his servant, But behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring the man of God. What have we? So they wanted to give Samuel gifts, right? They wanted to give him something because they're like, you know what, if he's going to do this for us, if he's a man of God, first of all, let me just say something about this. Sometimes people know that you serve the Lord and they just want to bless you, okay? Because they know that you're serious for God. They know that you're about to help them, right? God may put in their heart to bless you. So we see that they were more concerned about, okay, what can we give to Samuel? Because this is a man of God, and we know, we're convicted at this point that he's going to help us to get these donkeys back. Okay, let's continue. It says, And the servant answered Saul again and said, Behold, I have here at hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver. That will I give the man of God to tell us our way. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, Come and let us go to the seer. So that's what they would call prophets back in the day, seers. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Exactly. Then said Saul to his servant, Well said. He's agreeing. Come, let us go. So they went unto the city where the man of God was. Okay, now we're getting into verse 11. It says, And as they went up to the hill to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water, and said unto them, Is the seer here? And they answered them and said, He is. Behold, he is before you. Make haste now, for he came today to the city, for there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high place. So for you, God may have it where your spouse reaches out to you because they're in need of something. It may not be that he even puts it on your heart to reach out to them. It may be that he orchestrates somehow, some way for them to reach out to you. So if that happens, I want you to listen to me. Be in a place of forgiveness. Be in a place where you help them, right? And before that even happens, ask God to confirm to you, Lord, is it okay if I help them? Because the last thing you want to do is move and act when God didn't want you to do a certain thing, or he didn't want you to help them, or whatever the case is, right? So if that happens, be in a place of readiness with your heart. Be in a place of forgiveness. Even though you're mad at them, listen, it's okay, okay? It's okay to be upset, but you do not want this to not only block your blessing, but also this may be a way where God will help start to show your spouse who you really are, and then convict them that what they did to you was wrong. Okay, let's continue. It says, As soon as ye be come into the city, ye shall straightway find him before he go up to the high place to eat, for the people will not eat until he come, because he doth bless the sacrifice, and afterwards they eat up that be bidden. Now therefore get you up, for about this time ye shall find him. So I want to know something really interesting. These women that were basically giving them the information, they knew down to the very time of when to expect Samuel. So this was divinely orchestrated. So for you, if your spouse comes checking for you or wants to reach out to you, God will instruct them supernaturally on how to find you. If they block you, they'll unblock you, right? But God will be very clear to them. This is how you find your spouse. This is how you reach out to them. This is how you speak to them again, so they can get the help they need. And I also want to be clear about something. It's not all about your spouse getting what they need, right? You're not going to be used. You're not a genie, but God will allow them to get help. And also for you, you want to see them again. You want to talk to them again, right? And so God will have it as a mutual benefit between both you and your spouse. Okay, let's continue. Verse 14, it says, And they went up into the city, and when they were come into the city, behold, Samuel came out against them for to go up to the high place. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying, Tomorrow about this time I will send thee out of the land of Benjamin, and thou shalt anoint him to be captain over my people Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. For I have looked upon my people, because their cry is come unto me. So for some of you, God will tell you before your spouse reaches out to you that your spouse is, they're going to contact you, right? He may do this in different ways. If you have a really close relationship with God, and maybe he uses dreams to communicate with you, he may even have another person come and tell you in a strange way that your spouse is coming back, or even a YouTube video, right? Even you might stumble upon this video, and that is your confirmation that your spouse is about to reach out to you. They're about to contact you. However God decides to do it, just know, because he loves you, because you've been standing for your spouse, you best believe God will tell you, this person is about to reach out to you. Get ready. It says, and when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, the same shall reign over my people. And it's titled, above verse 18 in my Bible says, Samuel talks to Saul. Then Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, Tell me, I pray thee, where the seer's house is. And Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me unto the high place where ye shall eat with me today. And tomorrow I will let thee go, and will tell thee all that is in thine heart. And as for thine asses, donkeys, that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found. And on whom is all the desire of Israel? Is it not on thee and on all thy father's house? And Saul answered and said, Am not I a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel, and my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore thou speakest unto me? So he's wondering, like, why are you saying all this to me? Like, you know, like he's kind of dumbfounded on why Samuel is saying all these things. But we see that Samuel basically gives him the answer to what he's searching for. So when your spouse comes looking for you, or they come reaching out to you, they know that you will be the person to give them the answer that they're searching for. So it's very important that you have, again, an attitude of readiness, of forgiveness, and of openness to your spouse. Okay, so we're finally at the end of our video. Thank you all for joining me for Bible study. And I want to hear from you. Have you been asking God, when are you going to speak to your spouse again? Has God revealed this information to you that they'll be reaching out in some kind of way? And so I want to support you guys on this stand. I know it's hard, right? You're going to be missing them like crazy, but the more you are in communication with God, the more that you are obedient, he will tell you when it's okay to reach out, or he will cause them to reach out to you. So never feel like you have to hurry up and go text them as soon as you're missing them, or whatever the case is. No, you are in partnership with the Lord. And so he's going to let you know what to say, when to say it, or you might not have to do anything at all. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.